endeavor, education, civil rights, technology, and more. Celebrating Women's History Month, we are KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my neck.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams,
Reason and accountability.
the voice of reason.
Fear exists when there is inattention, when there is no attention. Right? If I give complete attention to fear, it doesn't exist. But my brain has been conditioned not to give attention to this reaction. When you have sexual feelings, right? If one realizes that one is in a prison, that prison created by oneself being the result of the past, parents, grandparents, so on, inherited, acquired, imposed. That's how.
I know y'all complain about his accent, that heavy accent. He said freedom. Or no, he said fear, right? It basically disappears when you give complete attention, right? And what does that have to do with our second topic of the night? So I was in the lounge, of course. That's my little think tank over in Inglewood. I sit in the lounge and smoke cigars and pontificate and ruminate on spiritual ideas and concepts. And I was in a very engaging conversation with a young lady. And she was asking about inner work. And then a brother jumped in and it became a very passionate discussion. And then they asked me, what did I think? And that's what led to today's topic. People don't understand what inner work is. Tonight's topic, the inner work quiz. A deeper look at what it actually takes to engage, right? Yourself, right? This inner work that is required for us to evolve and grow. Now, you have people out there making a distinction between healing and growing. I don't necessarily make the distinction. Healing, if we look at it up from an etymological perspective, healing just means whole. Growing is evolving, changing, and I think they're both good. I think they're interchangeable to some degree in context of how a person overcomes what's going on inside of them. But a lot of people are confused as to what inner work is and how to get started and what it means. The inner work quiz, right? Can Bruce Lipton's epigenetic research explain how maternal stress methylates OXTR genes in daughters, forcing relational bargaining as biological destiny? What? So, yes, listen. What you fail to realize is anything that happened to you in childhood, you modeled. And if you modeled it in childhood, whether it's healthy or unhealthy, it becomes a part of how you create expectations for your adult partners, right? Do unresolved arguments emit 7.83 hertz of Schumann resonance frequencies, according to Thomas Campbell? Entangling partners in karmic recursion loops. A lot of people don't understand any of this. But yes, it happens. Anything that is negative creates a pattern. And once a pattern is created, we would go on to repeat those patterns. So how do we heal it? If parentified children emit 10 hertz alpha waves, according to Hawkins, you guys know who Hawkins is? Stephen Hawkins, right? One of the greatest cosmologists of all time, right? According to Hawkins' apathy during conflict, does this frequency bind them to ancestral betrayal via quantum non-locality? I know it's all heavy talk, but let me just throw that out. How do I engage in inner work? Krishnamurti gave you the answer in the first clip. That's why we put it as the top clip. The first thing that needs to be done is you have to pay total attention to the issue. You have to focus on the issue, not on the person. Many times we focus on the person that we want to come in. We don't focus on the person that is within. Listen to what I'm saying. If you know that you and your mother have an issue that has never been dealt with fully, if you know that you and your father have an issue that has never been dealt with fully, and I'm talking about from childhood, you have to know there are going to be some kind of responses or reactions in your adult relationship when triggered that come from that space. Right? You have to know that. So, what happens is we fantasize the perfect person. Oh, they're going to come and they're going to make it all good. And they're going to know how to handle me. Right? Because one of the things we'll do is we will label ourselves as misunderstood by others because we refuse to understand ourselves. Meaning, you know that there is something in your spirit that requires what Krishnamurti called total attention. Now, Krishnamurti's first point, he said, if you focus intently, without judgment, on fear, it dissipates. Because you're scared of fear, you don't want to focus on fear. Listen, because you're afraid of fear, you don't want to focus on it. So you try to evade it, which strengthens fear. Do you see? No. Murti is saying, when you look fear in the eye, like you look a bully in the eye, when you stand up for yourself, your truth, your reality as you are, when you claim yourself, accept yourself, love yourself, when you do all of that without judgment, intently, right? The barrier that you created disappears. It dissipates. Do you understand? Right? I'm trying to give you guys this breakdown. Inner work is about looking within, right? And not worrying about the judgments that come from without. The prejudices that come from without. See, inner work is a scary place for those who really, listen to what I'm about to say, who really don't like themselves. Self-rejection leads to, listen, self-rejection leads to unnecessary protection. What, Zoe? Yes. When you reject yourself, now you're in defensive mode the whole time. I got to protect myself from everybody. That's because you've rejected yourself. When you accept yourself as you are, you start resonating at a different level. When you love your dark, your ugly, your shadow, your brokenness, right? You start to emit love. So now you're no longer afraid of love. When you reject yourself, there's no self-love, so there can't be the love of others coming in. The love of others coming in looks like an attack. Do you see? Do you see? Inner work is necessary. But when we say work, what happens is we think treadmill. When we say work, what happens is we think barbells. We think we got to lift. We got heavy lift. No, it's actually sitting, observing, without self-hate, without self-condemnation. The process of embracing yourself, right? Without tearing yourself down. Sometimes your idealized self is your greatest enemy. Did you hear what I said? Sometimes your idealized self is your greatest enemy. You're looking out into an aspect of time that doesn't exist, the future. When I get to this point, I can't wait until I get to this point. I can't wait until I achieve this, until I become this, until I do this. No. The way to become what you've always been is to accept who you always have been. You have to accept yourself as you are. They say, wait a minute, Zoe, that sounds confusing. Michael Jackson was always going to be Michael Jackson. Michael Jordan was always going to be Michael Jordan. You can never become something that you aren't already. The greatness is in you. It's about accepting the whole you that allows you to access parts of you. Are you listening? To access parts of you that you were destined to be. You can't do it if you're listening for approval outside of yourself. So approval becomes an inside job. This is the inner work. Self-acknowledgement, self-approval, self-esteem, self-worth, self-love, self-acceptance. Do you see? And this is not a narcissistic movement. This is not a thing to say, oh, you're narcissistic because you're... No, it's I accept me as a broken vessel. Start with brokenness. Then turn the broken pieces into pieces of art. Well, what makes them art? Self-actualization, self-realization, right? This makes it art. The cracks are now filled with the lacquer of self-love, with the lacquer of self-approval, self-acknowledgement, self-appreciation. If you didn't get it from your mother, don't look for it from your partner. It's not your partner's job to finish your mother's work. It's your job to finish your mother's work so you can manifest a whole partner because you've accepted your whole self. Do you see? Do you see? Inner work is the reason you're alive. It's the reason you manifested on this plane. You don't understand how important relationships are. Relationships, I've been saying from the top of Mount Kilimanjaro, relationships are a spiritual classroom where the real you gets revealed to you. You got to claim everything that you would blame your partner for falling short of. You got to claim it all. Right? Anything you ignore internally that makes you sore will be the reverse of a self-pour. What are you saying, Zoe? You ignore it, makes you sore, hurts. You ignore what hurts. That's the reverse of pouring into oneself. Do you understand? you have to acknowledge that hurt. You have to embrace that pain. You have to love on it without judgment, with complete attention and empathy for yourself. I was having a conversation with a sister yesterday, and the sister started sweating. I just was asking basic questions. She started sweating. I said, "You're sweating. What's going?" She said, "Brother, no one has ever seen me before. You literally saw me. You heard me and you saw me." She started sweating. Do you understand? Do you? This is the inner work. We walk around, right? We live our lives walking around, hiding not only from other people, but hiding from ourselves. You think, and then at the same time, paradoxically, I deserve to be loved. It's a whole I deserve culture. I deserve to have the best love ever, but refuse to love on oneself. It's the most asinine thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, please love me. But while in the process of rejecting oneself, while in the process of still being a manipulator or a controller, trying to contain things to protect wounds. Wounds must be exposed. Unhealed wounds are the roaches of your soul. They must be exterminated, right? If you let them fester, right? This is why we sit here and we expect so much of the people who come into our lives. The more you expect of your partner, the more unhealed you are. Listen, I'm going on record. I'm saying it. The more you expect your partner to regulate your emotions, provide, protect, and everything else, be there, support, cheer, the more unhealed you are. These are all branches of dependency. Yes, human beings love to bond. Yes, human beings want to bond. Yes, it's all good. But the bonding must not have this attachment to it. I appreciate it in this moment. I love it. It's great. It's wonderful. You know, we have independence in our closeness. We have space in our togetherness. It's healthy, it's whole. Do you see? It's not, I don't know what I would do. I don't know what would happen. Do you understand? When we come forward, the voice of reason, I'm breaking down the inner work. Are you ready for this work? Let's get it. Let's get it.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
The revolution will not be televised.
What's up? It is Killer Mike, also known as Michael Render, and I'm encouraging you to listen to more, not less of Truth Time with Dr. Cornel West and Senator Nina Turner on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Listen up, fellow Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. Let's do it again and get vaccinated, because we're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit VaxAssist.com and schedule a vaccine today. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Unapologetically provocative.
Unapologetically bold.
Unapologetically erotic. Unapologetically progressive.
We've got you covered.
This is LA's new home for smart dialogue. KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and Brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh yeah, I'm with this. I'm just gonna sit here laid back to this nice mellow beat, you know, and drop some smooth lyrics. Cause it's 88, time to set it straight, you know what I'm saying? And there ain't no half stepping. Word, I'm ready. Rappers stepping to me, they wanna get some, but I'm the Kane, so yo, you know the outcome. Another victory, they can't get with me. So pick a BC day, cause you're history. I'm the authentic poet to get lyrical. For you to beat me, it's gonna take a miracle. And stepping to me, yo, that's a wrong move. So what you on, Hobbs? Dope or dog food? Competition, I just devour. Like a pit bull against a chihuahua. Cause when it comes to being dope hot, man, I got it good. Now let me tell you who I am. The BIGDADDYKANE. Dramatic, Asiatic, not like many. I'm different, so don't compare me to another. Cause they can't hang, word to the mother. At least not with the principal in this pedigree. So when I roll on your rappers, you better be ready to die because you're petty. You're just a butter knife.
Using the frame of self-improvement. Self-improvement is about fixing things. You can fix your body. You can fix your mindset. You can fix your goals. And you can get hooked on that growth and that problem-solving mode, can't you? But where this works against us is when you start looking at the self-healing mode. This is not about fixing. This is the opposite goal. Self-improvement's about fixing yourself. This is about realizing that you were whole and there was nothing to fix all along. Self-acceptance is realizing that you were never broken to begin with, and that maybe all the brokenness has been placed upon you. Did you come out of your mother's womb broken, insecure, viewing other people as further ahead or better than you? No, these are all learned. These are all programmed. And so sometimes we talk a lot about like reprogramming my subconscious mind and I just got to reprogram my mindset. Maybe you need to deprogram. And that's where shadow work, letting go, and detachment come in, is realizing you're not something to fix. You're actually not broken. And you don't need to improve everything about yourself.
Hey, man. Hey, for real though. Homeboy cooking right there though. For real. Hey. He out here cooking. Yo. Don't you know that imperfection is the real perfection? Imperfection is the real perfection. I know you don't want to hear it put that way. Everything you've ever been through is designed for your highest good. Every single thing. That's in my 2015 book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick to the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship. That's what I was talking about when I was using kintsukuroi, the practice of kintsukuroi as forgiveness. Kintsukuroi or kintsugi. It's talking about golden joinery. You know, when the pots are broken, you put them back together using gold dust. And now every crack in the pot has been beautified, meaning you're more beautiful after having been broken. See, but pain makes it feel like, no, this is terrible. You can't see the beauty because of the pain. This is heavy stuff, man. This is heavy stuff. We got callers on the line. I want to get them in here right now. Carson from Gary, Indiana, from where Michael them from. What up, Gary?
Yo, what's that word, Zo?
Come on, man. What are your thoughts, man, on tonight's topic? Now, you know, no profanity. We on live.
He already told me.
Yeah. Talk to me. Come on, man. You in Gary.
No, I ain't gonna lie. I'm a little lost, man. I'm trying to figure out what y'all was talking about, man. But I ain't gonna lie. I rock with you though, Zo. You a real guy. You say some real stuff about relationships, about just real life stuff. So. Folks, I want to chime in on that, but...
So we talking about inner work. A lot of people are out here talking about inner work. And the guy that was just on just encapsulated what inner work is. It's not lifting weights. It's not meditating and forcing yourself. It's acceptance. It's accepting all the darkness in you. Get real. You from Gary? I know there's some darkness in you, bro. I know what Gary. I've been to Gary, Indiana. I've been there. I know what it's like.
Oh, bro.
So tell me.
You know how treacherous it is.
It's treacherous over there. So talk to me. How do you deal with whatever you went through in childhood, whatever happened, whatever heartbreak, brokenness, trauma, whatever? How do you deal with it?
Man, I feel like you got to go day by day. You know, it's like, I mean, you got to understand, like, what brought you to this point. Right. Like, so, sometimes it's hard to understand it because you feel like it's other people's fault. But once you get to a certain point, you got to understand it's on you, too. Like, you can't just blame your parents and your grandparents for, like, what you going through and stuff. Like, what you got going on, that's part of it's on you, too. Like, man, I don't know, though, man.
Hey, listen, Carson, you don't understand how much wisdom is coming out of you right now. You spitting the truth. So you can, okay, you know, you said sometimes you want to blame, and then it's time to shift from blame to claim. So whatever they didn't finish, okay, you could say, all right, y'all put this on me. This is my work. But the moment you accept that work, and then you decide to say, hey, the buck stops here. My kids won't be raised the way y'all raised me. Or, you understand what I'm saying? I'm going to reconcile this issue so I don't pass it on to further generations. Hey, Carson, don't go nowhere. You stay right there, brother, because you cooking. He done brought Indiana in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. We cooking.
Puzzle a riddle. The name is Big Daddy, yes, big, not little, so define it. Here's your walking papers, sign it, and take a walk as the canes start to talk, cause ain't no half-stepping. I'm the Big Daddy King. Ain't no half-stepping. I'm the Big Daddy King. Ain't no half-stepping. I'm the Big Daddy King.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Bree Wood with 4 Things You Should Know with BIN News. Dallas, Texas honored its first black police officer, William McDuff, over a century after his death. McDuff, who served in the late 1800s, was murdered weeks after taking office. The city recognized his contributions and the mystery of his story. Education Secretary Linda McMahon stated that federal funding for essential education programs will continue, even as the Trump administration moves to shut down the Department of Education. Programs will be transferred to other agencies for efficiency. Tuberculosis cases in the U.S. are at their highest in over a dozen years, with over 10,000 cases reported last year, an 8% increase from 2023. And a federal judge dismissed a copyright lawsuit against Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You, ruling that music experts couldn't prove enough similarity between her song and one by Louisiana songwriter Vince Vance. Get BIN News on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Let Express Employment Professionals help you hire for contract or full-time jobs. Forget about recruiting, sifting through resumes, and interviews with unqualified applicants. Go to expresspros.com to find the location near you. That's expresspros.com.
A new day is on the horizon. Behind every great moment in history, there's a woman whose story went untold. This March on KBLA Talk 1580, we're bringing those hidden narratives to light. Hear extraordinary stories of women who transformed science, politics, arts, and community. Women you've never heard of, but should know. Celebrating Women's History Month on KBLA Talk 1580, where every story matters.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. LA County's new Justice Care and Opportunities Department, or JCOD, is here to support justice-involved individuals and their families. The JCOD Support Center is now taking calls at 1-833-LACJCOD. That's 1-833-522-5263. Available 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 11 p.m., the Support Center is your one-stop shop for re-entry issues and court support. They offer court reminders, connections to local services, transportation assistance for housing, court appearances, and childcare. The JCOD hotline provides personalized help to connect you with services that you need. And don't forget to check out justiceconnect.org for more information. Remember, it's free and available every day at 1-833-522-5263. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
So you're a philosopher?
Yes. 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 I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply. I think very deeply.
In about 4 seconds, a teacher will begin to speak.
I think very deeply.
Let us begin. What, where, why, or when will all be explained like instructions to a game. See, I'm not insane. In fact, I'm kind of rational. When I be asking you, who is more dramatic, this one or that one, the white one or the black one? Black the punk, and I'll jump up to attack one. Terrorist one is just a gotta lead a crew. Right up to your face and diss you. Everyone saw me on the last album cover, holding a pistol, something far from a lover. Beside my brother, SCOTT. I just laugh, cause no one can defeat me. This is lecture number 2, my philosophy. Number 1 was poetry, you know it's me. You know it's my philosophy. Many artists gotta learn. I'm not flammable, I don't burn. So please stop burning and learn to earn respect, cause that's just what K.R. See, what do you expect when you rhyme like a soft punk? You walk down the street and get...
Yeah, good question. Usually when we're doing that work, that deep work, the kind of foundational work of knowing ourselves and overcoming ego, the analytical mind, the mind that doesn't necessarily overcome the ego, wants a lot of system, right? A lot of structure in order to know how to actually transcend this. And it thinks, how am I supposed to overcome this? Or it's seeing so many things and it gets overwhelmed. And in a way, that kind of thinking does still come from the same type of thinking that kind of got us lost in the first place, right? Because what is ego? What is an ego? How does it come about? It comes about from there's problems in the world or desires, and then we try to analyze and we try to think, how am I going to, achieve this thing or get this thing that I desire as an ego? And then we start analyzing, we start wanting.
Psychologically speaking, I just need you to hear what he's saying. I'm going to rephrase it. Achievement is not success. What, Zoe? What? See, that's our linear mind. I have to become this. I have to. Do you see? Achieving is not success, psycho-spiritually speaking. I don't think you guys... I'm going to come back to it. We got Carson, Gary, Indiana. Carson, I want you to give us your final thoughts on tonight's topic. Because listen, brother, you from a space, Midwest, Indiana.
Yeah, you're right.
Right next door to Chicago, right next to Ohio. And I mean, listen, it's all right. Cleveland, everything is right there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, I understand that area. Listen. How?
Bro, I remember I seen you come to my auntie crib one time.
Come on, man. That's what I'm saying. That's why I need you to share with me, because it takes a certain kind of mind to even listen to what it is I'm talking about. So we're on the same level, brother. There's no division between you and I. So the fact that you resonate with what I'm talking about, I'm saying, bro, how is it that you can get up every day with everything that's going on in your life? I don't even know what's happening 100%. I don't even know. But how do you get up every day and put one positive foot in front of the other? How do you accept yourself? How do you deal with whatever it is you've been through? And how do you take those steps to become better and better and better? Talk to me.
Like you said, you just got to put that first foot forward. Like, you got to think positive. And, bro, you got to understand that it's not going to be quick. It's not, especially like coming from Gary, like being black and being from Gary, you got to work like at least 1,000 times harder, to be honest. Like some people be like, oh, you got to work 10 times harder. You know what I'm saying? But out here, you got to go 100 times. You feel me? 1,000 times harder, cause I mean, it ain't no game for real. You just got to understand, like, it's just one step at a time. Even if you're trying to better yourself by 1% a day, you got to just do it. Can't give up on yourself. And bro, got to think big. Don't ever think small. Don't think that it's cool to just be smoking, drinking, partying, because that's what's going on around. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get these... Oh, well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask you, because you giving up real good game. But let's get even realer. What are 3 thoughts, small thoughts, that hold you back, that you tell yourself? 3 small thoughts that you tell yourself that actually derail your progress. Because I know we all got those thoughts. I got some. But what are yours?
Yeah. I feel like these thoughts are definitely one of them. Definitely these thoughts, thinking like, you know, you got to try to keep up with these bops and stuff. Like, these women ain't talking about nothing for you. Like, so really, that's one thing I could say. Another thing I could say is feeling like you don't need nobody. Everybody needs somebody. Everybody needs a support system. Everybody needs a team. You got to have some solid guys, too, not just anybody. And then, like, the third thing I say is searching for something that ain't there. You got to understand what's real is going to come to you. If it's real, it's going to come to you. You got to just understand, though, like trying to search for it, it's more than likely ain't going to come that way. You got to just be genuine, be yourself. Like I said, find good people that you need, people that need you.
Come on, man. I don't know if y'all heard what he said. Searching is the problem. Cause he said, stop looking for it. Oh, hey, Carson, let me just say, man, I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you. Guess what you just did, Carson?
Hey, I appreciate you, man. You one of the realest, man. You already know that.
Come on, man. Thank you, brother. Guess what you just did, friend? Oh, he don't
What
know.
I just do?
Oh, you brought Gary, Indiana in the building. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me. Hey, Carson from Gary, Indiana was on complete fire. Hey, we just lost what was her name? Johnny from New Jersey. Johnny, you got to call back. I'm coming right to you. You got to call back. But let me just get even deeper. This is very powerful stuff, right? Inner work is not, I want to demystify the term work. Inner work is not struggling with self, it's accepting self. Krishnamurti put it this way: the becoming still can never be the being still. Only with the death of becoming is there being. Wait, go back. I know it slapped you upside your dome piece. Let's say it again. The becoming still can never be the being still. Only with the death of becoming is there being. See, we so busy trying to do something to be better that we don't really know how to just be who we are. Acceptance of self as one is part of the process of self-realization. Self-expansion. You expand when you accept the shadow. You get bigger. You become integrated. A lot of people fear integration because they think the shadow is evil. But the shadow is the yin to the mask's yang. It is the polarity. It is the balance. You don't want balance. You want an idea to be you. An idea can't be the real. That's why I tell women, don't date the ideal, date the real. But men are conditioned to be fake because fake works. Let me say it again. Fake masks work on makeup. Fake masks work on makeup, on pretense, on performance, on pomp and pageantry. That's where, do you see? We've all been playing a game for far too long. When we come forward, Zoe Williams is going to break it down even further. Let's keep it cooking.
Is it good to you? More Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams when we come forward.
To the 100 million people who owe the IRS money, this message is for you. We've helped tens of thousands of people close the door on their tax debt. So if you feel like you're stuck in a hole with IRS tax debt, then this is the easiest way to get a resolution quickly. To qualify for a no-pay or low-pay resolution, visit taxclosure.org to get free from the IRS once and for all.
To keep your bank accounts, income, and assets secure, tax closure is your same-day cure.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
This is the story of the one. As a quality technician in a food processing center, she knows that making the right call is the best way to avoid a recall. That's why she trusts Grainger's world-class supply chain to deliver the high-quality supplies she needs to help keep her production line, her equipment, and her customers happy and healthy. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Financial aid is available for qualified students.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
You know you want some more. More. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, tell me, mirror, what is wrong? Can it be my daylight clothes or is it just my daylight song? What I do ain't make-believe. People say I sit and try, but when it comes to being daylight, it's just me, myself, and I. It's just me, myself, and I.
I felt that Jung should tell me what I should do. Whether I should write a book, whether I should get a divorce, what I should do. And he wouldn't. And so I got mad at him. And I said, why is everybody so mean to me? And he said, why are you so mean to everybody? So I stormed out. And you got what I said there. I said to him, why is everybody so mean to me? And he said, why are you so mean to everybody? That was the trigger point. I was gone for a year. And I wrote him, oh, I don't know. Every now and then I'd sit down at the typewriter and write him what a son of a bitch I thought he was. And then one morning I woke up and I began to laugh. I thought, for God's sake, what's been going on here? What a you. Suddenly I realized, sure, he really hit it. And so I phoned Miss Schmidt and asked if I could have an appointment. And she laughed and said, Oh, yes, she said. Professor Jung told me to save some time for you. He thought you'd be calling shortly.
That is not Krishnamurti's sister. People are saying, is that Krishnamurti's sister? I said, no, it's not. But let me just, again, when the world acknowledges our outward expression, sometimes our inner quality gets lost in all of the pomp and pageantry. Sometimes we become addicted to the adulation, right, of the world saying you matter because of what you do. Inner conflict and inner work, right? In order to be exceptional and extraordinary at anything, right? There has to be some kind of inner connectivity, some type of inner fuel that drives one, right? Doesn't mean you're healed. It just means you have access to something within you, right? Now, if you go even further, the same thing that you tap into to help you achieve these outer goals is the same thing that could help you not achieve, but accept yourself as you are. Listen, I put together 10 foundational questions and tenets. The inner conflict decryption quiz. Number 1, the mirror of projection. Question: when you feel intense irritation towards someone's behavior, what percentage of that reaction stems from your unintegrated shadow material versus genuine boundary violations? How much of that is just unintegrated work as opposed to you crossed a boundary? Because many times the unhealed work is the garrison that patrols the boundary. Do you see? When you feel intense irritation towards someone's behavior, what percentage of that reaction stems from your unintegrated shadow material, Jung, versus genuine boundary violations? Tenet number 2. All outer conflicts reflects fractal inner war. Projection. No, this is the tenet. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Projection decays only when you stop weaponizing others as mirrors for your own disowned selves. Listen, I want to say it again. This is the tenet. That was the question I read before. Here's the tenet. All outer conflict reflects fractal inner war. Projection decays only when you stop weaponizing others as mirrors for your own disowned selves. Here's the tool. Journal every triggered reaction for 7 days, then map patterns to childhood attachment wounds. This is Bowlby's work. We want to journal. Why did they trigger me? How did they trigger me? For 7 days. Number 2, the trauma time loop. Here's the question. How often do you confuse familiar pain, attachment to childhood neglect dynamics with safety, mistaking repetition compulsion, Freud, for intuition? That's the question. Here's the tenet. The nervous system cannot discern between trauma bonds and love. Our radical somatic awareness, Rothschild, dissolves this hijacking. Here's your practice. Pair breath work with body scans to disrupt amygdala hijacks. I'm trying to give you some game here. Right? Listen to what I'm saying. Listen. Most of us confuse familiar pain, attachment to childhood neglect dynamics with safety. If I'm an avoidant, I get somebody who is somewhat avoidant. So I don't have to show up intimately all the time. Intimacy gets a break. Avoidants have intimacy vacations in order to listen. Do you understand? Are y'all listening? The quantum betrayal paradox. When you distrust others, what portion originates from actual betrayal versus epigenetic memories of ancestors' relational trauma? Bill Lipton. Here's your tenet. Your mitochondrial hold ancestral vows to never trust again. Listen, your mitochondria holds ancestral vows to never trust again. Rewrite them through vowel toning at 174 hertz DNA repair frequency. Ritual. Chant Om while visualizing lineage healing 11 minutes a day. Chant the Om. The Om is ours. It's all of ours. You hear the Om in the 808. You hear the Om in the Bimbe. Don't make me do it. Okay? Okay. The spiritual bypass trap. Question. Do your positive affirmations mask suppressed rage, Iyanla Van Zant, or perform self-gaslighting to avoid shadow work? We said inner work, right? Tenet. Fake forgiveness perpetuates karma. True healing demands screaming into the void until the void screams back. Pema Chodron. Here's your exercise. Write unsent letters to perpetrators. Then burn them with mugwort for ancestral release. Huh? The neuroplasticity deception. Question. Are your healing routines reinforcing neural ruts? I'm going to stop right there. Listen, I started the conversation. It's up to you to finish it. I'm the voice of reason. You already know what I does when I do it. Tomorrow, I'm coming back with another slapper. This week is going to be a week of Mondays. Let's get it.
Fly around if there was one right under their noses. I hate those motherfucking poses, but I'm so real to them it's scary. And with my unique skills, nah, you can't compare me. And no, we don't make whack tracks. And all the suckers get pushed back when I'm kicking real facts. I rep